Hello friends, welcome once again to an exciting video. So have you ever wondered how AI can write essays, create images or hold a conversation, right? That feels remarkable like human. Welcome to the world of generative AI, one of the most transformative technology of our time, right? So I'm Aditya and in the next 10 minutes we'll explore how generative AI works, the architecture and even the deep architecture, right? So how it predicts or what all things it does and how it is changing each and everything in our world. So let's first understand what is difference between AI and GenAI, right? So if we see about the traditional architecture, right? So if I say traditional AI, so you give any input, right? So you give any input over here, it matches some pattern, right? It recognizes some pattern, right? So it works based on the pattern basically. Some pattern, right? And then it based on that it gives you the output, right? It gives you the output over here, or based on this it decides what should it do, right? In the generative AI terms, in the Gen AI, what happens, you give a prompt, right? Let's suppose here you give a prompt. We will understand all these things, what is prompt, what is context, or right, all those things. So how it gives. So now what, control Z, right? Here it does context generation, content. And then you will get the new content. Right? So this is what it is happening as of now. In the traditional AI, what happens, you give some input, it has already saved some pattern, and based on the pattern, it will give you the output. But in the generative AI, you just give the prompt based on the data it is already having, right? The neural engine or the GPT model, right? Basically here it interacts with the model. We'll understand in the further videos, right, what the model works and how it works in the deep dive, but the basic we'll understand in this video as well. And once the model takes the prompt, it generates the content and it gives you the content. Now we all take the help of ChatGPT, right, for generating content. I'm not saying only ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have Claude, we have other models as well, right? But let's take the example of GPT. If I'm saying hi, that how it is responding to me, right? So it is saying, hello Akhil, how can I assist you today? So, but how did it give me all this content, right? As of now, it is doing something wrong over here. It is assuming my name as Akhil. So let's give some input to it. Hey, my name Aditya. Right, so it is doing some processing on the model, and let's see if it updates, right? So right, understood Aditya, how can I help you today? So now let me check what, right, your name is Aditya. So how it is helping, right? So this is generating, some contents are generating, right? Now let me search something real time, right? So what is the weather of, right? Now we have we try to get some real-time data, right? So what it is saying, So it basically searched on ndtv.com, right? Google weather forecast, right? So it is going to some search thing. So this is basically a RAG. We'll see in upcoming video what is RAG and all. Maybe these are the jargons. Now you understand that how GPT works, right? So basically, not completely understand. Basically, now you know how GPT is generating the content, right? If you give some prompt, it understand it and now it generates the thing. But how it is happening, right? So let's understand somewhat more. So you can say that this is the GPT, right? GPT, and or you can say a model, right? As of now, you can say some model. You are giving some content, hi, something like hi. Now it is giving you the output as hello, how are you, right? Or how can I help you? But you have given just one word, it has given you a complete thing. It understands that you need some help, right? So what this model is doing basically, this model is known as GPT, right? So the full form of GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. So basically what does this mean? Generative means it can generate some content, right? It can generate some content, right? It can generate some content. Pre-trained means it has already a training data, right? It has already been trained on the training data, some kind of training data. So training data can be of text, image, any kind, what you have seen on the internet, right? Maybe the complete internet they have scrapped and created a model, but the models are also having the limitations. So not complete uh, uh, complete internet. Maybe you are working on some models, maybe the model is working on the images, so it has scraped the data based on the images, right? So pre-trained, that is what, right? It has some training data, it has some, it is trained on some data, right? It is some data, right? This is what the pre-trained means. Transformer, this transformer is very interesting, right? Part of this GPT, the whole thing is underlying this transformer, right? The transformer refers to the underlying architecture, right, which is being basically developed by Google, right? So if you have heard about a white paper that is attention is all you need, right? This is by Google, right? This research, this white paper is being published by the Google. We'll see in the next video about this in the depth, what this white paper is all about, right? So and how it is helping us. So transformer means basically it takes the input, it do some analysis, convert into token, then vector embedding, semantic, and all those. Maybe this is the jargon, right? So now let's understand what is the processing flow for the GPT, right? So what is the processing flow for the GPT, right? So how does it process step by step, right? So first it takes the input, which is called prompt. It takes the input, which is refers as a prompt, right? This first it will take the prompt as an input. Next, what does it do? It sets the context, right? Sets the context, That's the, and next it does the some pattern matching or some neural network analysis, all right. So some pattern matching, right? Basically we call it uh, vector search or something, right? So we'll see what is vector search. As of now it feels like a jargon. Vector search, right? And then what it does, it do some tokenization, right? So it does some tokenization, KENI, it does the tokenization and then it gives the output, right? So here is the, it gives the output. So basically this is the flow of GPT, which seems very simple, right? You are writing some hi and it is giving you the output. It does not like that. It's not very simple like that. There are lots of processing behind the steps, how it is helping, right? So we'll see all these things, basically vector search, tokenization, semantic search, embeddings, right? What all these jargons are, we'll understand in the upcoming videos in the depth. And one thing to understand, right, to when to use GPT, or what are the limitations, right, and what are the capabilities of the GPT. One thing is, right, it can generate text. You can use it for generating text. It understands multiple contexts, right? It supports multiple language, right? It does some fast processing, right? But what are the limitations, right? So it can hallucinate you as well, right? You are giving some prompt to it, right? And it is giving some output. Like if you are giving something like here, like you are giving hi, and it should give hello Aditya, good morning. Instead of that, it is giving how are you, right? That also may be a kind of, your use case is like it should wish you the good morning, but it is saying something, right? It is asking how are you. So that may be also the part of hallucination, right? So this is very small example, but in the large scale you don't know, means it has generated hundreds and thousands of file, and how would you identify that that is everything is correct, right? And it has some knowledge cutoff. Then what is knowledge cutoff, right? It can generate the content only till what has been trained, right? Suppose you have trained your model for today itself, right? Suppose today is 19th Jan, right? So if you ask anything before that, or suppose you have trained your model for, let me take 01 August 2025, right? And if you try to ask anything, or you try to generate anything, or want to grab anything after this 1st August 2025, it will not give you, or it will not be correct, right? Because your model has been trained on 1st of August 2025, right? It cannot give you the information post that, right? And again, the training data is also the crucial part. It takes lots of time to train the model, right? And that is the costly part, right? So, and it takes lots of time as well to train your data. And once the model has generated any output, a human intervention is needed as of now to validate whether it is corrected or not. As of now, in future we can see that some model are validating its output, or all those, we will see this example in the upcoming videos. But as of now, you need to see that, right, whether it has given you the correct output or not, right? It does not have real world experience, right? That is one of the also greatest part, right, of, means I would say limitation of the model, right? So these are few limitations and capabilities of the AI. hope you have enjoyed this video, and now you have understood what does the GPT means, right? It is a generative pre-trained transformer. All these models are based on the transformer, which is based on a white paper which is being published by Google, that is Attention is All You Need. And in the next upcoming video, we will deep dive into this. Attention is all you need, how the transformer works, its role, right? So for that, stay subscribed, and if you like this video, please hit the like button as well. And what do you want to learn next? Please leave in the comment below so that I can create a video for that. Having said this, signing off. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.